Hey y'all, how's it going? I am Joy, that is Steve, and this is the NFL predictions versus for week 12.
True. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends out there.
Yeah, it is going to be another great turkey day, I do
hmm
believe. We have
hmm
three very good games coming up, but first things first, we have to review week 11, and in doing so, I do have a tiny little announcement. The standings that you see on the screen now are very jank. I kind of messed them up a little bit, so I fixed them from last week. I gave myself 10 less losses and accidentally gave Steve 10 more losses. So, yeah, basically, I've been really tired and out of it lately. It's been rough for the
Yeah,
last few months. I don't
fatigue.
really, yeah, exactly. It's just been very, very fatiguing. So I didn't catch it. John caught it later. I also
Mhm.
didn't include the Broncos game at all in the standings. So the standings themselves are still accurate, but
Mhm.
the records are not. But we have them fixed for this week. Thank
Yeah.
you to John for helping me out with that
Mhm.
because Lord knows I couldn't focus on it.
Mhm.
So here's the new ones. No changes, except for we now have four of our competitors above 100 wins. So
Mhm.
John is in first with 110 and 54. I am in second with 105 and 59.
Mhm.
Papa Agron is one game back from me with 104.60. Steve is 103.61. So
Mhm.
you guys are just neck and neck.
True.
You're so close to taking second place, it's really scary.
True.
And then Troll is 99.65. Buff is
Mhm.
94.70.
Mhm.
SDS is 92.72. And Dino went 9-3 because he picked the Chiefs last week. And
Yeah.
we all know how that worked out.
True.
Also, there will be no bird pick of the week for this video, but I will record it tomorrow and get it uploaded then. It was really rainy all day long, and so it was dark, and I was busy catching up on everything, so I didn't have
Mhm.
a time to actually record it, but we will get him settled for tomorrow.
Okay.
That being said, where do you want to start for the week 11 recap?
Okay. Well, why don't we start with our shocker of the week there? Mine is obviously the Commanders. They're losing to the Giants of all teams.
Yeah, not only did they lose to the Giants, they lost big to the Giants. They lost 31-19.
Yeah.
That was big oof.
Yeah.
Very, very, very big oof.
Lead balloon oof.
Yeah, yeah, massive. That's actually my shock as well. I didn't really have much this week that was truly surprising.
Mhm.
So I'm in full agreement with you on that one. I don't
Mhm.
know what happened with the Giants, but good for DeVito.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about our regrets?
Yeah, mine would be taking Seattle to beat the Rams there. That was a real close one, even though it was a close one. There, but obviously the reason why the Seahawks lost because of Geno Smith's injury.
Yeah, the Rams have a habit of injuring Seahawks players.
Mhm.
The last time they took out, I think, every running back that they had.
Mhm.
So, yeah, they have a history of doing that. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
a really close game. I think also there was a missed field goal by
Mhm.
Myers on Seattle that
Mhm.
also kind of cost them the game a little bit. For me, my regret is not trusting the Ravens at home.
Mhm.
I went with the Bengals, and I already locked that in last week that if this doesn't go my way, that is my regret because
Mhm.
I should have trusted the home team, but
Sure.
I like Joe Burrow, and now, of course, Joe Burrow is hurt. So,
Mhm.
we
Down the
see,
road their
we see,
season.
yeah, we see where that gets me. Hope. Never have hope.
Yeah.
I should have known that with my history of being a Lions fan. Hope is the last thing you want to have.
Sure.
But along those lines, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions game as my game of the week.
Yeah.
Because that score at the end,
Yeah.
their comeback was amazing. They're the only team this year to have 4 turnovers in a game and still win it.
True.
And then they came back from, I think, 12 down or something with 4 minutes left, and they ended up winning it. So, huge collapse by the Bears, but even better comeback by my Lions. So,
True.
such a fun game.
Yeah. My game of the week is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Their huge win against Pittsburgh. That obviously cost Matt Canada his job with the Steelers.
You know what? The fact that that was what broke the camel's back is weird to me. Because like he should have been fired a long time ago, but at least something actually happened.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about that. I was happy to get that one right. That was a really good split game between John and I. Unfortunately, it didn't really sway things in my favor too much, but
True.
I'm still happy. All right, well, I think that's all we have for week 11, isn't it?
True. Yeah.
We
Now we
flew
turn
by
the page
those.
to week 12.
Yeah, we do.
And luckily this week there's no teams on the bye because the NFL rarely has bye week teams on the Thanksgiving weekend.
Exactly, and at this stage of the season, it makes sense because we're so far into it. Now is the final push for the postseason, the home stretch, as it were. So we have 3 games on Thursday and 1 on Friday before we get into the regular slate. So if you're ready,
I'm ready to go.
all right, here we go then. Starting off on our Turkey Day special, we have the Lions, as always, hosting Green Bay this year.
True. This rivalry game there goes way back to 1951 there.
Yep. Which I was thankfully not born yet.
Yeah, me neither. So.
I am old, but I am not that old.
Yeah.
For anybody has any ideas.
Yeah, true. But I was lucky to pick the Packers last week to beat the Chargers there.
Yeah, that was a really, really good pick by you, I will say. The Chargers charging, you know, I think I said it before, you can always kind of count on that. It's never a bad thing to place your bets on, but I'm still kind of sad about it.
True, yeah. And obviously the Lions, as you discussed, their huge comeback win, but it was against the Bears of all teams.
Yeah, the fact that it had to be a comeback is kind of sad. I don't really know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Like, they should have dominated that game, but the thing with Detroit is they do seem to struggle when it comes to containing mobile quarterbacks. Like, they got blown out by the Ravens, and they had Lamar Jackson, who just kind of ran all over them. And similarly with Justin Fields, which was kind of the proof at the end of the game when they forced him to stay in the pocket and throw. That was when mistakes started happening. So
exactly.
Detroit just has a big problem with that.
Yeah. This week I'm expecting a huge offensive bounce back for the Lions there, and they'll win at home against the Packers and have that turkey leg at the end.
FTP. I am also taking Detroit. I do think that it's going to be closer than I would like, and closer than my anxiety can handle. But we've been through it before, and hopefully the refs don't do what they traditionally do on Thanksgiving and against the Packers, and they'll actually be nice. Now, I'm only curious on who of the Lions is going to get the turkey leg. Because they always give it to a player, so who do you think is going to be the MVP of that team?
I'll say Jared Goff there. Go for zip one.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be Jared Goff or Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
It could be David Montgomery, but I think I'm going to go with the receiver, or Jared Goff is just going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So that should be really fun to see. Let me know down in the comments who you guys think is going to get the turkey leg as well from this game. Okay, next up we have an NFC East matchup where the Cowboys are hosting their Thanksgiving game and welcoming Washington to town.
Yeah. This rivalry dates back to 1968 there. their Turkey Day game.
All right, good to know. I didn't really know like the whole history of the rivalries of these, so I'm glad that you did your research and you came prepared.
Yeah, Wikipedia there.
When in doubt, Wikipedia.
Exactly. Yeah. As far as the Commanders go, I didn't know what happened to them last week. There, I put their faith to for them to beat the Giants there, and they stunk up the joint.
Yeah, they really did. I have no idea. I will say I think that kind of blowing up their defense didn't help.
Yeah.
But I'm very disappointed because I went into the game saying that Sam Howell is him, and he wasn't.
No.
So I don't know, and it's not going to get any easier this week. They have a really, really good Dallas team that they have to face.
True. Yeah. Because this week they're the Cowboys are going to go Cowboys there and probably put up a 40 burger against the Commanders. So that's my pick.
Yeah, I would agree. Although I said that they were going to put up a 40 burger against the lowly Panthers, and they only managed 33.
True.
So who knows? But yeah, I'm also taking Dallas in this one. It's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
I will say I would be prepared for an upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nah.
Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, the person going to get the turkey leg for that game is going to be C.D. Brown there, in my opinion.
Oh, C.D. Lamb?
C.D. Lamb there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to either be him or it's going to be Bland on defense, having himself another career day. I think that's going to be who gets on that side. I mean, you could just default and say Prescott, but I'm going to be bold and go with Bland, which is a weird sentence to say, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, final game for Thursday. We have Thursday night football, another rivalry game when the 49ers visit Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Poor Seattle.
Yeah. The question is for Seattle there, will Geno Smith be healthy enough for the game there?
Last I heard, he was going to try to play, but I'm not entirely sure. And if he can't pass practices before then we have Drew Lock, and
True.
That ain't great.
Yeah, that's gonna set him back a little bit there because obviously they're taking on a real tough Niners team there, especially with their improved defense of Chase Young on there.
Yeah, they have a real smash mouth defense, which is not good to face when you're already banged up. So it's going to be very tough for them. Personally, I'm taking the 49ers, unfortunately, for Seattle.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
that their schedule is very, very rough going forward.
100% agree with you there. And the question is, who will get the turkey leg in that game there?
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, 100%.
I 100% say Christian McCaffrey. Although, if Brock Purdy wants to prove me wrong and go for 5 touchdowns instead of 3, go ahead. I'm very mad at myself about that because I should have started Brock Purdy instead of Jared Goff in my fantasy team. I left a good 20 or 30 points on the bench this season or this week, and I was very mad. So
that's what cost you in the fantasy league.
Yeah, for sure. Him and then Singletary out of Houston. I left so many points on my bench. I'm very, very mad.
Yeah.
So we shall see how it goes this week.
Okay.
All right. Now we move to Black Friday, which is interesting to say for this year. With another division game, the Dolphins and the Jets.
Yeah, this is a new tradition by the NFL, and it's in partnership with Amazon Prime there, obviously.
That makes a lot of sense. It makes sense for the whole Black Friday thing. Although you would think that they would do an extra one on Monday instead, since Amazon is a digital marketplace. Having a Cyber Monday game would make more sense, but I guess they didn't want to step on Monday Night Football toes.
Exactly. Yeah. And obviously, with the Jets there coming off that huge loss to the Bills there.
Embarrassing. It was just embarrassing. And now, Zach Wilson, bless his heart, is QB3. Very sad.
It's up to Tim Boyle for a while there, and but I imagine if he starts to struggle, you'll hear fans start scream for them to bring back Aaron Rodgers off the disabled list.
You can't rush that. Like, he's either ready to go or he's not.
Yeah.
Like, of course Boyle's gonna struggle. He's not Aaron Rodgers, but you can't you can't rush healing. And I know that Aaron Rodgers is expecting to play like the first or second week of December, so it's going to happen. Sure. But yeah, their season's essentially over, in my opinion. So
yeah, that's going to be a tough team for the Jets to play there, because obviously Miami's way too powerful of a team there. Obviously, my pick is Dolphins to beat the Jets.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that this has like really fun potential to be an upset, because I don't know how well Miami's going to play when it comes to being in the cold. But no, the Jets let the Bills score 32. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a very ugly game for them, I think.
Exactly.
So far, we are fully in agreement on everything.
Sure. But,
I have a funny feeling.
That could change with the Sunday game.
Yeah, I have a very funny feeling Sunday is going to change all that. So, first up, another division game. I'm pretty sure most of these are actually at this point. The Falcons are hosting the Saints.
Yeah, the question is, can the Saints quarterbacks there handle the pressure without Derek Carr being at the helm there? Because right now it's just James Winston, Taysom Hill at QB.
Right, yeah. Last I knew, Carr was in concussion protocol, and all he has to do is be able to practice and pass that. And once he passes that, he'll be good to go. So in theory, he should be able to play. Yeah. But right now he's listed as questionable, and unfortunately that helped make this decision very, very difficult, because, you know, Atlanta is also defaulting back to Desmond Ridder as their starter off of the bye, which I find kind of questionable, but you know,
I know you like their backup QB.
He shouldn't be the backup QB. I've always liked Taylor Heineke, and him being completely like disrespected in his home state, no less.
True.
Arthur Smith. Now look, if Arthur Smith does this decision and it actually works out and he actually plays Bijan Robinson, then, you know, prove me wrong and go out there and get that win.
True.
But out of kind of spite for not going with Heineke again, I am taking the Saints.
Okay, so this is going to be our first split there, because I went with the Falcons.
I knew it. Of course it's with my Bane at 2. Of course we switch on this one.
Sure.
Alright, well. Good start. We'll see if the rest of Sunday goes well.
Okay.
Because I think we're in some trouble here. Alright, next up, AFC North, Steelers and the now Joe Burrow-less Bengals.
True.
Kitty go ow.
Yeah. Question is, can their backup quarterback handle the pressure there?
I believe it's Jake Browning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know a darn thing about the kid.
True. And obviously with the Steelers, they're going to have to change their offensive game there now that Matt Canada's fired there.
Yep. I don't know who the next man up is in line for that, so I don't know who's calling the plays, but I'm hoping that under not Matt Canada, they can kind of open up things a little bit.
True.
So who do you have? I'll let you take the pick first.
Yeah. Obviously, I hope that the Steelers there can pull this one off, and they'll beat the Bengals there.
All right, back on track.
No Burrow, no chance.
Yeah, no Burrow, very bad. Yeah, I'm also taking the Steelers. I'm mostly taking the Steelers not for the lack of Canada, but for their defense. I think that their defense should feast
Yeah.
on having a rookie QB to face.
True.
So we shall see.
There, go to town.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Go for it, buddy. God dang. Alright, next up we have the Panthers and the Titans in what should be a great Titans rebound.
True. That's 100% there, because obviously this is the game nobody wants to watch on Sunday.
I will watch it for King Henry if King Henry does King Henry things.
True. If you have him on your fantasy team.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I am so loyal that even though he's been struggling and only getting me like 4 points a game, I have yet to actually bench him.
True.
I should have weeks ago, but I believe in him too much.
True.
So this week I'm keeping him on there as RB2, and we will see if he can do things against the Carolina defense.
True. So obviously we're going to be in agreement to take the Titans to win this one.
God, I hope so. If they lose to Carolina, there's no hope.
Yeah. You might as well just blow up the team and start over again for the draft.
Yep. I will say this, and this is going to be really bad for me, but if the Titans lose to Carolina, I will put Derrick Henry on my bench for week 13.
There you go.
In fantasy. So now I have an invested stake in this game that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
So please do well.
Yeah.
Alright, so speaking of games that nobody cares about, we have the Colts coming off the bye and hosting Tampa.
Yeah.
This game is kind of meh.
Yeah, another meh game there. Obviously, the Buccaneers are going downhill fast there.
Yeah. Kind of going down with a ship.
True. The pirate ship is sinking.
Indeed. We're taking on water.
And you can't have Jack Sparrow to save you there.
Nope. There is not enough buckets in the world to bail out this boat. They are so in trouble.
True.
But, I mean, at least they're facing a team they should be actually able to beat this week.
True.
You know, I mean, I think it'll at least be close. It's not going to be like last week.
True. Yeah, but I still have a little bit of faith in Gardner Minshew there to lead the team to victory. So my pick is the Colts to beat the Bucks.
Okay, I actually agree with you, but for a completely different reason. I believe in the run game. And I believe in the fact that the Bucks' defense is bad. And mainly on the rushing side of things. That they can't run the ball offensively, and I don't think they can stop the run that well defensively.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trusting Taylor and Moss. I almost said Morris again. Taylor and Moss to run wild. Okay. Are you ready for more dumpster fires? Because we got one.
Absolutely.
Giants are hosting the Patriots.
Yeah, here's another dumpster fire.
Once upon a time, this was the premier matchup in the league.
True.
Like, the not Peyton Manning, the Eli Manning and Tom Brady era, these two teams were like top of the line, best matchup you could get. And now we have Mac Jones, potentially Bailey Zappi, versus Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. Yeah. The question is, who will Belichick start at QB there? I'm really hoping it's Bailey Zappi, in my opinion.
I would like to see what Zappi actually has, but I think that they're just going to ride Mac Jones until Mac Jones gets himself in trouble.
True.
And starts yelling at people or gets flagged for being dirty, and then he will be pulled, benched, and Zappi will go in to try to save the day, but by then it might be too late.
Yeah, exactly. but for me, I'm going to go with the Patriots to down the Giants at home in this dumpster fire.
Yeah, I agree. Only because they're fresh off the bye.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much my only reason for taking them was the Giants had a really good win against Washington. Sure, they have some momentum. Sure, they can feed Saquon. But I'm going for coaching, which I will almost always trust Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that the Patriots are off the bye and more rested.
Exactly.
Alright, now we head down south, when the Jaguars will be visiting the Texans.
This game's going to be a little bit of a sleeper game there.
I agree.
One I'm sure a lot of people are going to be watching because they're two great quarterbacks there.
Yeah, I was actually telling SDS earlier, because we were talking about things, and I said that I'm weirdly excited for this game.
Yeah.
And he asked me why, and I'm like, because it's the perfect proving ground for Stroud. Like, he's going to face a team that has a very good defense, a competent QB on the other side, and a division rival at that.
Yeah. In my opinion, Stroud's rookie of the year there. I don't know how the rest of our friends would think about that there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think he's putting on quite the show.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely making a case for himself to be rookie of the year. And it helps that he's in, like, the position to get that kind of attention, where somebody like Jahmyr Gibbs isn't really being used as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not really having a huge splash. Neither is Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
And then you have other players like, Brian Branch on defense and Devin Witherspoon and stuff like that. So I think CJ Stroud is kind of like in that perfect little niche right now to get rookie of the year.
Yeah, and on the other side, you have, of course, the ever popular Trevor Lawrence at QB there.
It's debatable. I still don't really like the kid, personally speaking. He's fine. He's not really my kind of, not really my cup of tea.
True. Yeah, but for me, this game might determine who'll finish first in the AFC South there.
Which is crazy to think that Houston actually has a chance at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody gave them a shot.
True. Obviously, they took the right quarterback to lead them there, shockingly.
They did. And they didn't even have to waste the number one pick to do it. Carolina.
Exactly.
Looking at you.
Yeah. But for me, this one's I'm going to go with my specialty here, the 3-point or less game there. This one.
I actually agree with you. I think it's going to be a really, really close game, possibly 3 or less.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a one-score game regardless.
Exactly there. So I'm going to take C.J. Stroud and the Texans there to scrape by the Jags there.
All right, I can respect that. We have another split though.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the kid prove himself to me. I'm not gonna buy into the hype just yet. I do think that the kid has something special, and I loved that game against Tampa. Him coming back with seconds to spare, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But this is gonna be the first genuine test, I think, for him, and so I'm taking Jacksonville because I think it's the safer play. But I would not be shocked at all if the Texans win.
Okay. If Jags lose on Sunday, that'll probably be your red of the week.
Yeah. I'll say so. It'll either be that or the Saints game.
Okay.
If either one of those games don't go my way, those will be my 2 regrets.
Okay. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, stay tuned for that one, but I'm hoping CJ Stroud proves me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we go from 2 very good quarterbacks to a team that doesn't really seem to have one. We have the Browns going to the Broncos.
True. Obviously, the Browns there shockingly won last week thanks to Dorian Thompson Robinson there.
I had no idea who that kid was.
Yeah.
I fully expected PJ Walker to play.
True.
And then there's this other kid, and I'm like, who is this? And, he didn't play great, but he played well enough, and their defense was outstanding to get them the win. So,
yeah. Hats off to him, though.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, but this week's going to be a tougher challenge for them because they got to take on a resurgent Broncos team there who's coming back from the scrap heap to making a name for themselves there.
Yeah, they really are.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, about time, Sean. Good job. Aren't they like going 3 in a row now or something?
True, yeah.
Yeah, they're on a little bit of a winning streak.
Yeah, with apologies to all our Viking fans last week there.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened in that game because Steve and I were talking before I went to bed, and I just didn't bother watching the game. I just kind of left. Last I knew, the Vikings were winning, and so I went to bed, and the next thing I know, they lost. So I knew I should have kept watching. Yeah, by 1. Heartbreaking.
Yeah. But for me, I think this week the Russell Wilson will make it 4 in a row, and they'll beat the Browns there.
I agree. I do think that the defense is going to be a bit of a challenge for Denver, but considering it's in Mile High, I'm inclined to go horse.
Yeah.
So we agree on that. Alright, this one I could honestly see going either way, just because it's another division game.
Yeah.
We have the Rams and the Cardinals.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a costly win last week for the Rams because they lost Cooper Kupp there.
They did. I'm very sad about that. And then Stafford also got injured a little bit. He should be good to go, but
yeah,
it was rough.
True. Yeah.
But then again, they were rough on Seattle too, so
yeah,
both teams just beat each other up, which in a way I kind of like. I like that kind of smash mouth football. That's why I always liked the AFC North.
True.
But still, you never want to see somebody actually injured.
Yeah. And obviously the Cardinals, they're losing on the road last week. That was a little bit of a tough pain for them.
Yeah, they lost to Houston though, so take it for what it is.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, I thought that Houston was going to blow that game because they only won by 5, and I swore Kyler Murray was going to make some kind of like stupid last minute touchdown or something.
Yeah. But for me, I expect Kyler Murray to rebound this week, and they'll upset the LA Rams there.
That is quite the upset, in my opinion. We split again. I'm actually taking the Rams on this one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know it's on the road. I know the stupid, NFC West circle thing. And anything can happen in division games. But I'm going to hope that Stafford plays, and I'm trusting their defense.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. More division rivals. We have the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Yeah. Obviously, the Chiefs coming off that huge loss on Monday night to the Eagles there, well, teams. But I blame it on the poor weather conditions there.
Yeah, I mean, you can say it was definitely because it was rainy and the like, but also I believe that the refs got involved a little bit. They called a false start on Kansas City when there wasn't one. Travis Kelce was being hugged, and they didn't throw up any holding or interference flags, but I personally think that was just the refs paying them back for the Super Bowl.
Probably.
Which I kind of had a feeling was going to happen, and I should have trusted myself, but I didn't. But it's
obviously, yeah, and obviously the Raiders losing to the Dolphins. They're the first loss for Antonio Pierce at the helm.
Mm-hmm. And it was a really close game too. So the fact that they took the Dolphins kind of to the limit a little bit, it was only a 1-score game. Very impressive.
But for me, there, I expect the Chiefs to bounce back this week, and they'll beat the Raiders. So sorry to it, Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, unfortunately, I actually agree with you on that one. I think that the Chiefs need this win, and if they lose this
Mm-hmm.
somehow,
Mm-hmm.
the entire AFC is going to be a joke. Really,
Yeah,
like who knows what's going to happen at that point. So hopefully they can have the refs back in their pocket again, and we can be back to normal.
exactly.
All right, so now we move on to the Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah. Obviously, the Bills last week got the bounce back game they needed there with the new offensive coordinator there.
Yep, yeah, they did. So the change was definitely helpful for them, which is why I'm kind of hoping that it'll do the same thing for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, hopefully there. But this week they're going to have a tougher schedule. They're playing the Eagles there.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Definitely tougher.
obviously coming off that huge win against the Chiefs will give them the shot in the arm there to clinch home field during the NFC, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we still have some weeks to go here, but
Hmm.
yeah, I think that they're definitely the favorites to win the NFC
Yeah,
still. Even though they are kind of, for me, like, they definitely have some nicks in the armor. You know,
true.
there's certain things that they struggle at. And
Yeah,
so, while they are a very good team, they do have weaknesses that can be exploited, just like every team in the league. So,
yeah,
I think it'll be really interesting. I think this is probably going to be game of the week.
exactly there. But for me, I'm going to go with the Eagles at home to beat the Bills there.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I'm only going with them because they're at home.
True.
I think if it was in Buffalo, I probably would have taken the Bills.
Hmm.
But I do think that the Eagles are the better team right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now we have Sunday Night Football with an
Hmm.
AFC match of the Chargers, who are probably going to Charger it somehow,
Yeah,
hosting the Ravens.
yeah. Uh, well, the Ravens did pretty good there on Thursday night there against the Bengals, but they lost one of their key weapons there for the rest of the season in Mark Andrews.
Yeah, he's actually out for the whole season.
Yeah,
Okay. I heard a stupid report that he said he was going to play, and I'm like, dude, no, you broke something. You're not playing.
yeah.
I know he said he wanted to, but, like, stop it.
Hmm. Yeah,
But honestly, I don't think that the Ravens are going to suffer all that much losing Mark
true,
Andrews, because they have Lamar
true,
Jackson who will just run it.
true. And if they had to get it deep there, they always have OBJ.
Yeah, yeah. So you have a deep ball threat there.
Hmm.
If it's thrown accurately, you have a deep ball threat with
Yeah,
Beckham. So
yeah.
I think they'll be fine. Of course, not having Andrews there for blocking sake is going to hurt, but
Hmm.
they're facing a Chargers team that continuously comes close to winning, but can never quite get there.
Hmm. True,
At least that's the way it feels. Like they can never quite get where they need to be, no matter how well the offense actually performs.
exactly. But for me, I'm expecting the Chargers to be Chargers there.
So we're in agreement. We're taking the Ravens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chargers gonna Charger. I hope they don't,
Hmm.
but I think Chargers gonna Charger, and
Yeah,
the Ravens are gonna be handed a win here.
yeah,
I 100% don't think they're gonna earn this win. I think the Chargers are gonna give them the game, and it's gonna be really sad but funny.
yeah, exactly.
All right, final game of the week. What a doozy
Oh,
we
oh,
have here. This is so fun. Love it. We have the Bears and the Vikings. What
yeah,
a
this,
rivalry here, man.
yeah. Supposed to be a huge rivalry game, but I know it's it's the last game you want to see there.
Well, no, honestly, the last game that I would want to see is Chicago and Green Bay. I don't mind Minnesota. Minnesota, I like Josh Dobbs. Minnesota's not bad. Their
True.
skull thing, they're
Yeah.
fine. But why is this Monday night?
true. Obviously, to showcase every team in the NFL there.
I know, but like, why? It's just not fair. It's not fair to
I
the
know.
viewers. It's not fair to the viewers. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe the kicking the church fan there from Thanksgiving weekend.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. So
But alright, so who do you have in this one?
obviously, I'll sum it up in one word: skull.
Yeah. Yeah. FTB and skull all day. Let's just do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye bye bears. Now I will say though, like all jokes aside, it honestly is probably going to be a pretty good game.
True.
As much as I hate to admit it, the Bears did come to play when they faced Detroit, and the Vikings are going to be out for revenge to get back on track after losing to Denver. So it'll probably be a good game. I'm just bitter.
True.
Old bitter woman. It's fine.
True. Now that we got all our picks out of the way, it's time to find out how our friends are doing in their picks.
Good lord, it is. And the first one, as always, is Troll. And yeah.
Get your water ready.
Well, I mean, kind of. I also need to like channel my inner not old white woman.
Okay.
I apologize in advance for the cringe that you are about to have. My poor viewers. Trolls week 12 picks. So, yeah. Lions, you are about to witness the strength of street knowledge. Cowboys, straight out of Compton. Seahawks, crazy mother named Ice Cube. Jets, from the gang called With Attitudes. Colts, when I'm called off. Giants, I got a sawed off. Steelers, squeeze the trigger. Panthers, and the bodies are hauled off. Jags, you too, boy, if you with me. Saints, the police are gonna have to come and get me. Rams, off yo, and that's how I'm going out. Broncos, for the punk mother that's showing out. Eagles, start to mumble. They want to rumble. Raiders, mix 'em and cook 'em in a pot like gumbo. Chargers, going off on a mother like that. Bears, with a gat that's pointed at yo. I am so white.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Agron's picks. Lions over Packers, so Joy can have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving as well. For Cowboys over Commanders, for his sanity. 49ers over the Seahawks. They probably want to stay on the top of their division. Dolphins over Jets. Discount touchdowns are in order. Colts over the Bucks. Joy is currently listening to I Wanna Be Bad. Yes, I was. I was in the mood today, so I was listening to Willa Ford, I Wanna Be Bad, among other things. Giants over Patriots. Giants need to mess up their early pick chance. Steelers over the Bengals because Matt Canada just got fired, so let's give it a shot. Titans over the Panthers. King Henry is going to have a field day. For the sake of my fantasy, I hope so. Texans over the Jaguars. Would this be considered an upset?
Not in my opinion.
Yeah, well, yeah, he actually agrees with you on this one, so he and I split, but I honestly do think that you guys are going to be right. But I'm just kind of forcing the waters a little bit with Stroud. Saints over the Falcons, so that Troll can have a better weekend than the past one. Rams over the Cardinals, because now Joy is listening to Fighter. Yeah, my Spotify was being watched. I was listening to Fighter by Christina Aguilera. Again, a whole mood today. It's been a time. Browns over the Broncos, so it all comes full circle. Eagles over the Bills. The Bills need to figure out what they're doing. Chiefs over the Raiders. Eventually they'll stop dropping the ball. You know, one would really hope. Their wide receivers are just like horrible.
Yeah.
If they're not named Kelsey, they can't catch. It's horrible. Ravens over the Chargers. Too many times have I seen them charger it.
Yeah.
And then Vikings over the Bears, because why not?
Yeah.
All right, next we have SDS. He went with the Lions, saying, do not do what you did last week, please.
Mm-hmm.
You mean win?
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, but I wouldn't mean me if I wasn't a little snarky. He went with the Cowboys, saying that the temptation to go with the Commanders is there, but I can't go for the team that just lost to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Went with the 49ers. What is it with coaches named Sean and causing injuries?
Yeah.
Sorry, John. He took the Jets, saying that Tim Boyle is about to have his own Mike White arc.
Okay.
Exactly. Just okay. He went with the Bucks. I mean, we won against a rookie backup a couple weeks ago. A veteran backup should be no problem. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Patriots, saying this is going to be an ugly, ugly game.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the Steelers, saying free at last. Free at last. He went with the Titans. He went with the Jags. 3 interceptions against the Cardinals and only 1 because of ref ball. Nice try, Texans. He went with the Saints. The Saints should easily win against Ritter. And then he vomited. He went with the Cardinals. He flipped a coin between the two and tails came up.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the Broncos. The Browns, having no QB, has to come back to bite them eventually.
Yeah.
He went with the He went with the Bills. The Eagles looked beatable, and I think the Bills pounce. Went with the Chiefs, although a Raiders upset would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Took the Ravens because you can never trust the Chargers.
Sure.
And then he took the Vikings, just saying meh.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have John, who took the Lions, and reasoning redacted by Joy's Lions Protection Services. We didn't talk. Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but I blamed him when the Bears were winning. We were texting during the game, and I'm like, "This is all your fault. You said it was duh. How dare you?" So he's fixing that. He went with the Cowboys because Agron needs to have the bestest of Thanksgivings. Might as well put the Commanders out of their misery, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He went with the Seahawks, saying that the NFC West Circle is currently undefeated. But fine, I'll cut the crud. We all know that I'm just trying to put logic on an emotional pick.
Sure.
He went with the Dolphins. Could be a sleeper game. I mean, maybe. It all depends on what Boyle actually does.
Yeah.
He went with the Saints, saying that Arthur Smith is about to do something stupid, and then try and gaslight whichever QB he starts for it.
Okay.
He went with the Steelers. I can't sing, so it's really hard for me. He did Oh Canada. So glad to see you gone. I should have had you do that one. It would have been perfect for you.
Yeah.
He took the Titans, saying run king run. He went with the Bucks, saying that he's taking Tampa over Gardner, knowing that this pick will have consequences if he's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the Patriots. It's just so sad to see the Pats now, but I see this as a Steve special.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He took the Jags, and his phone kept auto-correcting Jags to haha, and the phone is against the revenge pick. But he's going for it anyway. He went with the Broncos because he's not sure about Cleveland's rookie yet.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the Rams, and he would have picked the Cardinals out of spite if Stafford wasn't on the team.
Okay.
Went with the Chiefs because it's crazy that this feels like a must-win. He went with the Eagles, saying another huge game with tons of implications. He went with the Ravens, and then he took the Vikings, saying frick the Bears.
There you go.
Thank you, John. And then finally, we have Buff.
Uh-oh, here we go.
The Lions could be onto something. He took the Cowboys. They can do it. Went with the 49ers. Bad, but not too bad. He also took the Jets, saying that Tim Boyle will be the god that they need. There's a lot of faith in Tim Boyle.
Yeah, strange.
He played for Detroit for a little bit. I don't get the hype, but you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all believe what you want. He took the Colts because the Bucks are bad until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Patriots, but he said gross.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a gross game. Nobody wants this. He took the Steelers, saying better than okay. Titans, they still play. Jags with a can-do attitude. Saints, win the Saints. Go marching in. And then the Cardinals, bad is bad. He took the Broncos, saying that Kareem will be gone and they're a better team without him.
Yep.
He went with the Bills because he never liked the Eagles.
Okay.
He went with the Chiefs. Wide receivers are bad, but Patty is the fatty, if you know what I mean. He took the Ravens. It's how it be. And then he took the Vikings because they are the team to beat until further notice still.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that, after all of that, does week 12.
True. 3 split games between us.
Oh, I hate that it's an odd number.
Odd number.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Especially with you only being 2 games back. That could be doom.
True.
That is horrible for me. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, tomorrow, after this episode is uploaded, we should be having Dino's short as a pick for this week.
Once again, happy Thanksgiving to all our American viewers. Obviously, in Canada, our Thanksgiving was last month there, so.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah. And as usual, please like and subscribe and turn on notification bell for all the future versus videos we do.
Yep, and next week we'll be back on the usual schedule of every Thursday at noon Eastern, but given that this was Thanksgiving, I wanted to just kind of spend Thanksgiving kind of offline for a while and just kind of hang out with Dad, watch some football,
Yeah.
eat some grub, yeah, watch some holiday movies, and we're just gonna chill. So I hope that you and yours have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends and family as well, and we will catch you guys next week for week 13, hopefully not unlucky, of the NFL predictions versus.
Thank you all. See you next week.